Hi everyone, welcome to WION Live broadcast from New York City. I'm your host, Susan Tehrani. As usual, we're going to look at some of the stories making headlines around the world before we go straight into our first story. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov says that it's not easy to agree with the United States on key parts of a possible peace deal to end the war in Ukraine, and that Russia would never again allow itself to depend economically on the West. Elite U.S. university Harvard is hit with a $2.2 billion federal funding freeze after rejecting a list of sweeping demands that the White House said was intended to crack down on campus anti-Semitism. Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei says the talks with the U.S. were well carried out and expressed confidence in the Islamic Republic's position, but cast doubt on U.S. intentions. Chinese President Xi Jinping arrives in Malaysia for a highly anticipated state visit that comes as Beijing fights an escalating trade war with the United States. China tries to position itself as a stable alternative to U.S. President Donald Trump's punitive tariff. The U.S. flies long-range bombers in a show of force against North Korea during drills with South Korea. This days after sister of Kim Jong-un vowed to resist a U.S.-led push to eliminate the North's nuclear program. French President Emmanuel Macron said on Tuesday that he told Israel's prime minister in a phone call that the suffering of Gazan civilians must end and that only a ceasefire in Gaza could free remaining Israeli hostages. And the International Energy Agency says that global oil demand will be lower than previously forecast this year as rising trade tensions weigh on the economic outlook. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.